Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Loose Change 9/11 An American Coup. Um, I'm not sure why they named it that title, because they seem to contradict themselves by saying that U.S. presidents are liars, and throughout history, going all the way back to the Vietnam War. So how this is any different or a coup from previous administrations is a mystery to me. They could have even gone back farther by showing that the Spanish-American War was a big lie with President McKinley, but they only made this one an hour 39 minutes, I guess, to shorten it up. And later on, they even admit that it's there's just so much material to go over that they can't possibly cover everything, which means that I guess the movie has to be an hour and 39 minutes before people start getting bored. I'm not really sure what they're talking about. Just a little background, where I was in 9/11, and if you hate personal anecdotes, this is where you can stop the video and watch something else. Just a heads up warning. I was living in ghetto Hayward at the time with my ex-wife, and we had turned on Bloomberg News, and we saw the towers being struck by airplanes, which is kind of, or at least I saw them being struck by airplanes. Maybe they were burning. I don't remember exactly, but there was a lot of smoke coming out of them, and you've probably seen the footage on YouTube or on television. So that was happening. That confused me a little bit in the movie when they said President Bush saw the plane striking the towers. I thought that footage was already available in the morning, but maybe not. I don't know. I thought I saw it on Bloomberg, but maybe I'm just tripping. So I turned on KSFO, the local radio station, and the two neocon, Rogers and Melanie Griffith. They were talking about frying, or they were talking about terrorist attacks and all this stuff. You know, typical neocon lingo. And I was buying it, by and large. They said they wanted to fry the guy's testicles, whoever was responsible. They didn't know, but they just automatically assumed that it was terrorists, and from the Middle East, I guess. So there was that. I was on my way to work. We were driving to the BART station. Both my wife and I were taking BART to work, and or my ex-wife, I should say. And I just believed the official story at the time that box cutters from Middle East were conspiring in a cave to attack the United States, just like it says in the at the end of this movie. I believed that story, and I hated the Muslim religion at the time. I was kind of oscillating between Ayn Rand, hatred of religion. And I was going on David Gold's message board, kind of agreeing with David Gold that we should all turn the United States should turn the Middle East into a parking lot, that kind of attitude, nuclear war on the Middle East. That's how extreme I was, and fearful, angry, that kind of thing. And by and large, my coworkers were the same way. There were I remember getting an email from a coworker showing Osama bin Laden on a carpet getting chased by one of these MiG fighter planes, or F-14, or whatever they're called. The high-tech military planes. And so that was just a fake picture, and by by and large, everybody was like that. They told us to go home that day because it was a big tragedy and everything. Everybody was shocked and upset. So later on, I met an administrative assistant at my former company. Her name was Sherry Harder. She was kind of interesting. She was into astrology, and she told me that she used to take her off her bra on the minibus. She actually showed me pictures of from a French website of the Shankville location, basically saying the same thing, that there was no debris and there was a conspiracy. So I'm not sure what the filmmakers are trying to say about that. They don't really come to any conclusions other than there was no debris there, which is kind of the same thing that the French website had with these pictures. So there's that. Eventually I got turned on to Alex Jones around 2005 because he was interviewing somebody that I've followed since the 80s, Jacob Hornberger, who's president of Future Freedom Foundation. So I got turned on to Alex Jones' website, prisonplanet.com. I was sort of following Alex Jones quite a bit. Up until about a couple years ago, I stopped following Alex Jones. He became affiliated with that YouTube scammer, George for Title. I shouldn't call him a scammer though, because he came clean with Peter Schiff about that whole organization that he's affiliated with. That was pump and dump scam type deal. And then Alex Jones started talking about no planers, how they're bringing down the 9/11 movement, sort of like when the IRA used to attack British police, and then somebody would come up with a scheme to blow up the Parliament, and that would sort of discredit the IRA because it was a kooky scheme, sort of like no planers. Around 2005, the same time I got turned on to Alex Jones, I also got turned on to this dude named Ozzy Ben Oswald. He ran this Yahoo group called Quotes of the Imperium. I guess he ran another Yahoo group, and Webferry tore it down or destroyed it or something. But that's how I got also turned on to the no planer movement. I think Warren Cucurello was also involved with that, and so that was kind of interesting. Later on, I discovered there was some kind of blog post or something accusing Ozzy Ben Oswald of being the dude who later made death threats on Glenn Beck during the 2008 Ron Paul campaign. So that was kind of interesting. I haven't really seen any activity from Ozzy lately. I asked him why he doesn't post stuff anymore, and he just says, well, I'm like God, so you can assume that I'm stealth like God. So he likes to be sarcastic like that, and we used to chat a lot, but don't know what happened to him. And he's from Canada, by the way. Not sure which part, maybe Toronto. Yeah, I'm thinking Toronto. So he must be close to New York. But what else was I going to say about Ozzy? I forgot. But yeah, there was that, and then there was this girl, Paula Gloria. She's kind of an white hag who wanted to hit on Ozzy. But anyway, I'm digressing too much. Getting back to the movie, I didn't really understand why they didn't put the asbestos aspect in it. I mean, the Twin Towers were covered with asbestos. They were built during the 70s, and I thought asbestos was a fire retardant. How that would react with a thermite explosion is beyond my scope of reasoning and training, but that's one question I had. Maybe it's an irrelevant question, but also they could have explained the events better. I mean, like I said, they said George Bush had seen the planes go in the Twin Towers, which was impossible because footage wasn't available until the evening. But I thought it was available in the morning, so I didn't really understand that. And then that dude at the end, Jennings or whatever his name is, the African American dude, he says explosions went off in the morning, I guess, or sometime earlier in the day. And another dude, another witness said that too. We're talking about Building 7. So what? Why did they? If that's the case, why did it take so long between the explosions going off and the building actually collapsing? The part didn't make sense to me, at least. Another thing that kind of annoyed me about this was they talk about. Hang on a second. Alright, so they talk about what was I going to say? They talk about Bush's domestic and foreign policy being one and the same, as if Republican doctrine is any different from predecessors or successors. I think the last great president was Bill Clinton, but in '95, I don't think any of the other presidents after Clinton have really been any different, whether it be Bush or Obama. And I know the director Dylan Avery is a big fan of Green Party. He's probably one of only a handful of people who actually voted for Cynthia McKinney in 2008. So yeah, there's that. I noticed locally there's a lot of Green Party activists in the 9/11 Truth movement. I've actually met some of them. There was one in San Jose by the name of Miriam, and another who always, Carol Brulette, she always runs for office under the Green Party banner, and she's in a lot of 9/11 events or political events, and the Fed events, Ron Paul's speech events. I've seen her around a lot. So there's that. I've even seen Slaves Anonymous dude in Rowe City. He's into the Green Party. I don't really care for Green Party. They have pretty much a communist outlook on things. There's nothing really appealing to me about the Green Party, but that's just me. So there's that. I used to belong to a group called South Bay Truth, 9/11 Truth Action, with a YouTube user by the name of Brain Freak. And so I got to stop this. It's 15.